So, Project Veritas, founded by journalist James O'Keefe, has discovered that the mainstream media news network, CNN, from the people at the top and down, knew and have known for a long time that the narrative fed and shoved down the throats of their listeners, as well as all of America and the world, that Russia hacked the 2016 American presidential election is bullshit. John Bonifield, supervising producer for CNN, which is not a low-level role, was videotaped in person saying exactly this, and very easily as well. He just says it. It's bullshit. If there was something good, meaning some real evidence or proof, the way these leaks happen, they'd have had it long ago. He even says the CEO, Jeff Zucker, right after briefly talking about the climate accords, let's get back to the Russia story, the ratings winner. So as it turns out, President Donald Trump, in his addresses to the media, has been absolutely right when he called them fake news. Well, then, why is CNN constantly like Russia this, Russia that? Because it's ratings. Except that's not what they've been telling the American people, and via the internet, people all over the world. They were supposed to report on real stories. They're not a rumor or wild story network. They're not a comedy show. They're not a conspiracy theory broadcast. They're a conspiracy story now. They were news. Stories are what countless voting and future voting people have been basing their worldview on. Quote, I think there are a lot of liberal CNN viewers who want to see Trump really get scrutinized. And I think if we had behaved that way with President Obama, scrutinized everything he was doing with as much scrutiny as we have with President Trump, viewers would have been turned off. They would have felt we were attacking him. It's a quote from John Bonifield directly. Well, everyone, we talk about not judging people based on the color of their skin. Yet Barack Obama was given a Nobel Peace Prize before he had done anything at all, because we were just so happy we had elected a black president, biracial really. Oh, we are past the racism in America's history now, except what actually happened during Obama's presidency. Well, he fueled the racial hatred in the country so much, the victim culture of blacks and minorities, to the bloated extent that race relations and race baiting got so bad that now towns and cities throughout America have been destroyed. He fueled the gender baiting as well, and his drone strikes across the Middle East, over 24,000 bombs in Iraq, Libya, Syria, and more. The war on terror was not working, and every time there was a terrorist attack in the West, a bomb, mass stabbing, shooting, or a vehicle being used as a battering plow. See, it wasn't just guns that were used. Well, Obama would merely spit out empty words and talk about gun control and restriction of gun ownership, which would of course mean would only be effective against people playing by the rules and obeying the law. The mainstream media news networks, like CNN, as well as many others, very rare exceptions in individual people, did not call him out on this. There was a fear throughout Obama's presidency that to challenge him, to question him, was racism. A racist if you had a problem with Obama, with the way he was doing things. No! Doesn't work like that. And doesn't it sound just like judging a person? Giving them special privileges and immunities, and others not, based on the color of their skin? Oh, only because it was turned on whites this time, the race that ended the worldwide acceptance of the slave trade and created the most racial diversity-tolerant cultures the world has ever seen, then it was all okay. Unbelievable hypocrisy. Maybe if people hadn't been afraid to say this, to challenge Obama and, I mean, his politics and arguments with arguments and facts and realism, not violent challenges, but questioned him, maybe our Western countries wouldn't have been torn to pieces as they are now. Maybe Donald Trump and all the people who got behind him because he brought up the very real and wanted question of should we really be inviting people of any and every background and region into the West? Wouldn't have been called racist or phobic and shut down without mercy, because not all cultures are compatible with Western beliefs and values, especially when our government has been bombing them, helping rebels to topple their leaders, and by any reasonable definition, at war with them. Maybe there was a point there. Democrats, leftists, you are in serious trouble right now. You may not all be a part of CNN, but it's your narrative they've been feeding. They've been appealing to. It's you who have been asking to hear that Donald Trump won the election because it was hacked, and that he is not your president. He is. And he is not an idiot or a tyrant. The media owes Donald Trump a massive apology right now. And you do too. As well as an apology to everyone they called a racist, a sexist, a whatever, a phobe, and a Nazi for supporting him. So it's time to stop it. John Bonnefield himself, in that elevator, said he himself did think that President Trump was right to tell the news networks, "You're witch hunting me." Which, if you can make this step in logic, have also been witch hunt for accused racist and sexist and everything that can possibly pass as a victim gropophobe that we can think of, while during all that, the world is falling apart. It's time to stop the accusations. And it's time for Western countries to stop feeling guilty. Stop trying to interfere and police the world because it's been handled like shit. And it's time to stop the ridiculous accusations and get a grip. This story about Russia hacking the 2016 American election was made up by the side that lost because they were bitter. I do have more points to make. This is only the first part of several. I have put the link to other videos I think you should watch, and I will put up the next piece in this subset of videos on my channel in the days to come. until part 2, I want you to think about this. Now that CNN has been exposed as reporting on merely what the people, as they see it, wanted to hear, how can you believe any of the news networks now? How can you believe any of the mainstream narratives now?